Okay, so I have two racers here on the screen, and they are participating in a linear race. Okay, and they basically have a track length of 100 meters. The faster person will, of course, win the race. So let's see what happens. That's how it goes. So the faster person has covered distance of 100 meters, whereas the slower person covers only 60 meters. Okay. Now, in the previous classes, we saw that whenever the time is same, the distance ka ratio is proportional to the speed ka ratio, is equal to speed ka ratio, right? Why? Because whenever time is constant, the speed is proportional to the distances, right? So in this case, whatever distances they have covered is proportional to the speeds they have, right? So here, if we take the ratio of their speeds, it will be equal to the ratio of their distances. And that is why the ratio of speeds here will be equal to the ratio of the distances, 100 divided by 60, which is 5 is to 3. Okay. So this is what typically we'll use in these upcoming questions. Okay. Whenever time is constant, the distance is proportional to the speeds. Okay. In a 1,000-meter race, Tom the cat is beaten by Jerry the mouse by 200 meters. Fine. Okay, when they start together and Tom runs half a kilometer, how far would Jerry have run? Okay, so we have a series of questions now based on the main heading. Okay, in a 1,000-meter race, Tom the cat is beaten by Jerry the mouse by 200 meters. Okay, so guys, first of all, we'll try to understand what is the implication of this very first statement of the question. Okay, in a 1,000-meter race, Tom the cat is beaten by Jerry the mouse by 200 meters. Okay, now that tells us that when you start the race of 1,000 meters, okay, Tom the cat will basically cover a distance lesser by 200, matlab 1000 से 200 meters come it will travel, and Jerry the mouse will complete the entire 1,000 meters in this case, right? So in this entire race, when Jerry the mouse covers 1,000 meters, okay, Tom the cat will cover only 1,000 minus 200. Okay, since the timing is same, दोनों का starting time और ending time same है, the ratio of speeds is equal to the ratio of the distances, right? So in this case, the ratio of speeds of Jerry the mouse and Tom the cat are 1,000 by 800, which is 5 is to 4. Now, this same information we'll use in the upcoming question. Now, guys, we saw that the ratio of speeds is 5 is to 4. So if I assume the distance covered by Jerry to be equal to x, okay, whatever distance Jerry travels, x divided by whatever distance Tom travels, this is half a kilometer, should be equal to 5 is to 4, right? Because just now we saw in this case, we are applying the concept of equal time. Time is same. That means the distance is proportional to the speeds. Okay, so the distance traveled by Jerry अगर हमने x मान लिया, that x divided by distance traveled by Tom जो कि है half a kilometer, 500 meters. This ratio will be same as 5 to 4. Solving or cross multiply, you can cancel out 4 on both sides. 125 बचेगा into 5 is the required answer 625. Right? That's the answer of the first question. Okay, so with that we go on to the next question of this lot. When they start together and Jerry gains a lead of 125 meters, how far will Tom have run? Okay. Now, it's very simple to solve this question using the concept of relative speed. Okay. Relative speed, हम लोग क्या करते हैं? We put the slower person at rest. Only the faster person moves at the relative speed. Okay. So यहाँ पे, if I take the speeds to be, let's say, it's given as the ratio 5 is to 4. If I take the speeds as, let's say, 5 and 4 as such, the difference of their speeds is how much, guys? 1 unit, right? This 1 unit of speed ka difference is also the difference of the distances, right? Because whenever time is same, the ratio of speeds is same as the ratio of the distances. So the 1 unit ka gap in the speed is same as the gap in the distance also. So 1 unit corresponds to 125 meters. Okay, they are asking you, okay, how far will Tom have run? So understand, 1 unit is the extra distance, the gap which Jerry covered, right? Which is given as 125 meters. So 1 agar 125 ke barabar hai in this case, then how far will Tom have run? Tom will have run 4 units, matlab 4 guna. The answer will be 500 meters. Okay, so it's actually the very same question we solved previously, okay, where Jerry is traveling 625 and Tom is traveling 500. There is clearly a gap of 125. It's the lead of 125, right? Same thing. Okay, let's go on to the next question of this lot. If Jerry beats Tom by 10 seconds in a 500 meters race, find their speeds. Okay, now what is the information we have? In a 1,000-meter race, Tom is beaten by 200 meters. Okay, मतलब अगर track length 1,000 का हुआ, Tom will be beaten by 200 meters, right? अगर उस track length को हमने half कर दिया, okay, अगर track length suppose 500 का हो गया, तो Tom will be now beaten by half the distance. 200 का half कितना हो गया, guys? 100. Okay, so in a 500-meter race, okay, Tom will be beaten by 100 meters. Matlab, when Jerry is at the finish line, Tom will be 100 meters before the finish line, right? And also Jerry beats Tom by 10 seconds. जिसका मतलब क्या है? जितना time Jerry को लगता है finish line में पहुंचने के लिए, Tom is taking 10 seconds more. Okay, 10 seconds more means इधर से लेके finish line तक पहुंचने के लिए Tom is taking 10 seconds, isn't it? When Jerry is at the finish line, Tom is still here. उसको यहाँ तक पहुंचने के लिए कितने सेकंड लगेगा? 10 seconds. From this, you can clearly observe that 100 meters के लिए Tom is taking 10 seconds, right? उसको डिस्टेंस वाइज इतना ट्रेवल करना है, टाइम वाइज 10 सेकंड्स कवर अप करना है. ये 100 meters के लिए 10 seconds लग रहा है guys, right? So for Tom, you can very easily find out the speed. That is 100 meters divided by 10 seconds. Tom का speed here will be 10 meters per second. Okay, but just now when we saw in the previous question or in the main data here, okay, we found out the ratio of the speeds, right? Ratio of speeds of Jerry and Tom was 5:4, right? And Tom's speed is basically 4. So if 4 corresponds to 10 meters per second, Jerry ka speed will be basically 2.5 times, right? 12.5 meters per second. So the respective speeds of Jerry and Tom are 12.5 meters per second and 10 meters per second respectively. Okay, so let's go on to the next question of this type. A beats B by 20 meters in a 100-meter race. B beats C by 50 meters in a 200-meter race. And C beats D by 150 meters in a 500-meter race. By how much does A beat D in a 2-kilometer race? Okay, पहले समझते हैं 2 किलोमीटर को हम लिख सकते हैं 2000 meters. This I am doing to save our time and our lives. Okay, देखो सारा distance meters में दिया हुआ है, so let's convert everything in meters. It will be much helpful. Okay. Now there are different ways to solve the question. Two ways which I personally know. We'll solve the question by both the methods. So A beats B by 20 meters in a 100-meter race. मतलब एक 100 मीटर के रेस में when A is covering 100 meters, A is beating B by 100 meters, right? Okay, that means B will cover 20 meters less, जो कि होगा 80 meters, right? From here you can find out the ratio of their speeds. 0, 0 gone. You can cancel out a 2. It will be 5/4. Okay. Similarly, you can find out the ratio of speeds of B and C. Okay. B beats C by 50 meters in a 200-meter race. But when B covers a distance of 200, C will be 50 meters behind, right? C covers only 150. 0, 0 gone. Again, 5, 5 gone. 4, 5 are, 4, 3 are. Okay. 4/3. Similarly, you can find out the ratio of speeds of C by D when C beats D by 150 meters in a 500-meter race. But when C covers 500, D covers 150 meters less. D is covering only 350. 0, 0 gone. Again, you can cancel out 5. 10/7. Okay. Now, by how much does A beat D in a 2000-meter race? इसके लिए हमें A और D के speeds का ratio चाहिए होगा, guys. Okay. For that, what we'll do is we'll multiply these three equations. A by B into A by B equals to 5/4. B by C is equal to 4/3. C by D equal to 10/7. सबको multiply करते हैं. So the left-hand sides will get multiplied. And so will be the right hand sides. Right? 5/4, 4/3, 10/7. You can cancel out B, you can cancel out C, you can cancel out 4. Ultimately, you will land up with A by D will be equal to 50/21. Okay. So now here in this case, you can observe that A और D का ratio कितना हो गया 50/21. But A is beating D in a 2-kilometer race, right? मतलब 2000 meters race, right? So 50 को हमें क्या बनाना है? हमें 50 को बनाना है 2000. So multiply ऊपर नीचे by 40. Right? So when you do that, this becomes 2000 and D will become 840. मतलब in a 2000-meter race, when A covers 2000, D covers only 840. Okay, what is the difference? The difference is 1160. So basically, A is beating D by a distance of 1160 meters, and that is the required answer in this case. Okay, let's see a much easier and a quicker way to solve the same question without doing all this. Okay, now guys, we use the concept of percentages. Okay, see, ratio, percentage ultimately kya hai? Percentage is also is a fraction, right? It's a ratio, right? So as we found out in the previous case, when we solved this question by the basic method, conventional method, we saw that the ratio of speeds of A by B is what? 100 divided by 80. Okay, this tells you what B is covering 80% of A's distance, right? Okay, तो हम एक timeline draw करते हैं. Timeline नहीं, basically distance line बोलना चाहिए. Okay, there's a distance of 2000 meters here total में. Okay, when A is at the finish line, B will have covered 80% from this, right? So B will have reached what distance? 80% of 2000. 8 to 16. So B will have covered 1600 meters, right? Guys, by the same logic, B beats C by 50 meters in a 200 meters race. Okay, 50 out of 200 will basically be 25%. Okay, so B Okay, you can write it also and observe. 200 upon 150. So when B covers 200, C covers only 150. 150 is 75% of 200 or 3/4. So जब B ने 1600 cover किया होगा, okay, C will cover only 75% of that, which will be 1200. C will be at 1200, right? Lastly, okay, C beats B by 150 meters. वो भी हमने देखा है. 50 upon 15 आता है, which is 10 by 7. So D covers 70% of C's distance. So D will cover here 70% of 1200, which will be 840. Very clearly, A is beating D by a distance of 1160 meters. Okay, you don't need to make equations. Okay, you just need to understand fractions here, thoda bahut percentages mein, and you can solve this question very easily.